solving a linear equation, variables on both sides and two distributions. All right, so just more solving linear equations here. The key with these problems is going to be distributing first, combining your like terms, and then solving for your variable. I'm going to go ahead and draw my wall. If you've never seen my videos before, I like to draw a wall underneath my equal sign to make sure that when I do something, I do it to both sides of the equal sign, and to just keep track of where my equal sign is in general. I'm going to do all of the distributions that I see. So I see a distribution in two places that needs to be done. And of course, the title of this is two distributions. So there will be two distributions for you to do. Negative 7 times 2v is negative 14v. Negative 7 times negative 6 will be a positive 42. Then this plus 5v will just come straight down, as well as the equal. 6 times v is 6v, and 6 times 8 will be 48. From here, I'm looking to see if there are any like terms that I can combine, and there are on the left-hand side. So negative 14v plus 5v. Negative 14 plus 5 will be negative 9. So I'm going to write negative 9v plus 42 is equal to, and then I'll drop down the 6v plus 48. Now, some might ask why I wrote negative 9v plus 42. Why did it come first? Did it need to come first? And the answer is no. You could write it as negative 9v plus 42, or you could write it as 42 minus 9v. What's most important is that you continue to have the negative in front of the 9. But I'm just going to erase that for now. From here, I want to go ahead and get my variables on one side. So I'm going to subtract 6v on one side to get my variables on the left. Those 6v's will cancel. Now, you don't have to put them on the left. You could put them on the right. The fact of the matter is you need your variables on one side and you need constants on the other. So however you get it done doesn't matter, as long as it's mathematically sound. Negative 9v minus 6v will give you negative 15v. The plus 42 will come on down. And then the 6v's have canceled, but you still have this 48 over here. So negative 15v plus 42. If I want to get the v's by themselves, I will need to subtract 42 on both sides. That will make these 42's cancel. That's going to leave us with a negative 15v. 48 minus 42 will give me 6. Then to get v by itself, I'm dividing both sides by negative 15. The negative 15's cancel. We get v equals, I'm going to write this as negative 6 over 15. This fraction can be simplified. You can ask your calculator to simplify it, or you could recognize that 6 and 15 have a share factor of 3. So 6 divided by 3 will give you 2, and 15 divided by 3 will give you 5. So really, v is equal to negative 2/5. When you get a fraction as an answer, that is a little bit on the awkward side, so you may want to plug this number back into your original equation for v to see if you get the same answer. You'll probably want to use your calculator to do that math because the fraction math can get kind of tedious there. But when you plug negative 2/5 back in, you should get that one side is equal to another. Let's go ahead and do another example. So we have 6 times the quantity u minus 1 minus 4 equals negative 3 times the quantity negative 9u plus 1 minus 7u. Once again, let's start with our distributions. So I'm going to distribute this 6 to both terms, and I'm going to distribute this negative 3 to both terms. I'm also going to draw my wall at my equal sign. 6 times u is 6u, minus 6 times 1 is 6, and then the minus 4 from above will come down. Negative 3 times negative 9 will give, well, negative 9 is going to give me positive 27, and then there's also a u on it, so make sure you put the u. And then negative 3 times positive 1 will give me a negative 3, because a negative times a positive is a negative. And the minus 7u from above will come down. We want to combine any like terms, and there's actually like terms on both sides that can be combined. So over here on the left-hand side, we have this negative 6 and this negative 4 that can be combined. And then on the right-hand side, we have a 27u, and a 7u that can be combined. So starting with the left-hand side, I will bring 6u down. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. On the other side, 27u minus 7u is going to give me 20u, and then the minus 3 will come straight down from above. So these were the guys that just dropped straight down. I'm going to put my u's on the left-hand side. You can put your u's anywhere. I'm just choosing the left-hand side because that's most conventional. So I'm going to subtract 20u on both sides. That will cancel these 20u's. 6u minus 20u is negative 14u. The minus 10 will come straight down, and all that's left on the right-hand side is negative 3. Now I want the negative 14u to be alone completely, so I'm going to add 10 to both sides. Those 10s are going to cancel. We have a negative 14u over here. Negative 3 plus 10 will give me 7. I want to solve for u, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 14. That will cancel these out. We now have u equals negative 7 over 14. This is a fraction that can be simplified either using your calculator or by hand. I know that 7 and 14 have a common factor of 7. 7 divides 7 itself once, and 7 divides 14 twice. So u is actually equal to negative 1/2. Since we want our answers in the most simplified form, it's really important that you check for any common factors or use your calculator to make sure the fraction is completely simplified. If not, Alex is going to not be happy with your answer and ask you to enter it again. Let's go ahead and do one last example. All right, so with this problem, we have distributions that are happening on the same side. On our previous problems, the distributions were on opposite sides, so there was a distribution on each side. But sometimes you're going to have distributions that happen on the same side. So if I draw my wall underneath my equal sign, you'll see that these guys are on the same side of the equals. We're going to just do what we've done before. We're going to distribute, we're going to combine like terms, and we're going to be fine. So distributing the negative 2 to both these terms and the negative 3 to both these terms. Negative 2 times v is negative 2v. Negative 2 times positive 4 will be negative 8. Negative 3 times 2v is minus 6v. Negative 3 times positive 4 is negative 12. And then the 4v minus 6 I'm going to leave alone. I have some like terms on the left-hand side that can be combined. So I can combine together these v terms, and then these constant terms can be combined. Negative 2v minus 6v is going to give me negative 8v. Negative 8 minus 12 is negative 20. And then the 4v minus 6 will stay. I'm going to subtract 4v on both sides to eliminate the variable on the right-hand side. Negative 8v minus 4v will be negative 12v. The minus 20 comes straight down, and we have a negative 6. To get the v's by themselves, I'm going to be adding 20 to both sides. Those 20s will cancel. Negative 12v is equal to negative 6 plus 20 is going to be positive 14. To solve for v completely, I am dividing by negative 12. I now have v equals negative 14 divided by 12. Negative 14 and 12 have a common factor of 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So our final answer is v equals negative 7/6. So don't get worried about these fraction answers. It happens all the time. It's no big deal. If you want to be extra careful, you can just plug your answer back into this original one up here, using your calculator, of course, because that'll make it a lot easier, just to double check and make sure that it's right. But it's no big deal. You totally got this. Keep on doing what you're doing. Believe in yourself, and enjoy the rest of your topics.